Jimmy Dickens was going through Phoenix, Arizona one time with the Grand Ole Opry show, and I had a show in Phoenix, just me and the guitar playing and singing, and he came up to be on my show to plug the Grand Ole Opry show that was playing in Phoenix, and he liked my singing, and it made me happy, and I think so much of Jimmy Dickens for that he stood and listened to me. He said he liked my singing, and he was going to speak to CBS Records when he got to California. He did. CBS came to Phoenix, Arizona to listen to me and signed me up. So the people that don't like my singing, don't blame me. Blame Jimmy Dickens, because he started it.
I always wanted to be, I prayed to be a singing cowboy. It's what I wanted to be. When I was a little kid, like 9, 10, and 11 years old, I would pick cotton, or I would clean ditch, whatever I could find a job. I'd have to walk from where I lived, way out on the desert, into the nearest house was about 8 miles. And I wouldn't get but about 25 cents a day, but it only cost, I think, 10 cents to get in the movie. And the biggest bottle of pop that you could get was a nickel, and you could get a big sack of popcorn for 5 cents also. So I'd have a nickel left. Well, I would go in at 12:45 when it opened, and I would stay till Gene Autry was through that night, 10 something. I'd walk back across the desert by myself, you know, just a little kid. But I wasn't afraid, because I had just seen Gene Autry, and I was Gene Autry that night. You know, first time I ever saw him, I came in when the movie was on, and I remember the very first words I heard him say. He had done something that was real great, so they wanted to run him for sheriff of this little town. And so he climbed up into a wagon, and I don't know where the guitar came from, but he got it. And he said, well, he said, I'm not much at making speeches. I guess I'll just have to sing for you. So he sang a song. When I finally decided it might be a heart attack, you know, I had already turned a number of different colors, you know, but I couldn't hear anything that the guys in the band were saying. And we were about an hour away from a hospital. And I couldn't hear anything they were saying, or I couldn't feel them touching me, you see. And I felt like I was a hot dog, just ready to pop open. You know, I had such a terrible pain in my chest. Well, I think I'm a careful driver. Now, as far as being as a good driver, I think you better ask the other drivers about that. But I don't think I get in their way. You know, I try to stay out of the way of the fast ones. And I find me one that's about my speed, and I chase him all day long. You see, that's what the fun of it is. When I'm racing, that's all I think about is racing. I mean, when I go to a personal appearance, then that's what I'm thinking about. I guess, well, I guess it's the world's best stock car drivers there, because this is how they make their living, you see. And knowing that I'm not going to beat them, just seeing how close I can come to beating them, see. Sometimes not very close. The best I've ever done is a 5th place finish in Michigan. Best here was the 9th place finish. I've had 8th, 7th, 9th, 15th, 12th. Never number 1. Probably will never win a race, but that means that's not important to me. Just being in the race is what's important to me. The time that I manipulated some real swift movements on my carburetor, I'll make sure nobody's looking, because I don't want to give any secrets away that I have, see. Well, when they first started with cutting power down, you know, they put restriction plates in the carburetors. And that was to reduce the flow of air. So then you have to reduce the flow of gasoline. So that cuts down on your power. Well, I found a way. I found a way to let these little old restriction plates slip out of the carburetor and down into the manifold, see? And so I was really running. I was illegal, but I wasn't cheating. And there is a difference, you see. If you are illegal, then you confess. But if you cheat, you go ahead and you don't tell nobody, see. But so I was just illegal. But after I had a good time all day long, you know, and I wanted to pass the leaders, and could have, because, you know, I was running like maybe 40 or 50 more horsepower than they had.
but I didn't have the experience, and it's right here at this track. And there was about 70,000 people here, and all of a sudden, at the end of the race, here I am, right up, pulled up in the back of the leaders, you know. So I knew that the fans knew I was there, because there was only the three, Bobby Isaacs, Buddy Baker, and David Pearson. And I had caught them, and I said to myself, I want to pass them, but I had intended on turning myself in, you see. I want to pass them, but where shall I pass them? I didn't know whether to pass them on the front straightaway or the back straightaway, because I wanted everybody in the stands to see it. So after I decided where I would pass them, I got to thinking, well, now, when I go into that turn, I'm going to be doing close to 200 miles an hour, and I have never been that fast before. And so I said, if I don't make that turn, then the first stop will be Daytona Beach. That's a long jump, see? So I said, well, I don't think I'll do it. So I pulled the car in, and I was cleaning up, and one of the inspectors came down and said, they want you down in the winner's circle to present you with the trophy for Rookie of the Race, because this is my first time at Talladega. I said, well, I can't take it. I said, I was running illegal today. So he just stood there a couple of moments and kind of laughed, but he didn't believe me, see? And so he said, hurry up. He said, they're waiting for us. I said, I can't do it. I said, I'm running illegal today. So he found out I was serious. So he went and told Bill Gasway and Len Kugler. I told him what I had done, you know, and I qualified legal, but I was illegal when I was running. So, you know, it showed me something, you know, because a lot of people, even though I confessed to what I had done, and I did it more as a joke, you know, because I didn't care about winning, I didn't care about the money I would win, I was just having a good time. And I knew that when I told them that they would set me back to last position regardless of where I finished, that was as far as they would let me go. So I was sure I wasn't going to win any money, so I was doing it with the fun of it. So I learned then, you know, when I did that I had hurt some people's feelings, you know, like Bill Gasway and Len Kugler, and a lot of the drivers, you know, they didn't really like what I did, but I mean, I think they did admire me for turning myself in, you know, because it was done only in a joking way. So, but I think I gained some friends from that, and I gained an experience, and I found out that cheating is just not the way to do it. You know.